Kingsflyer, rcgroups.com with the new Spektrum DX6e transmitter. I've just finished registering this transmitter using the Spektrum video, and now I'm ready to get started. I've put the batteries in the transmitter, the included dry cell batteries. Now I'm ready to turn on the transmitter, so here we go. The push button power button just takes a single press to get the radio up and working. So now we're ready to go. Now, since I had planned to use this transmitter buddy boxing with my DX18, I'm going to go ahead and upload all of my models to this transmitter using an SD card. So I've downloaded all my DX18 planes into this card. I'm going to insert the card in a slot in the bottom here of the DX6e. Alright, now I'm going to go to the menu and scroll down to System Setup. And in this menu it disables the RF, so the orange light on the transmitter should go off. And it did. I'm going to scroll to the bottom of this menu and Transfer SD card is displayed. I'm going to select that. And I'm going to roll over to Options, select Option. And I'm going to roll to the right to Import All Models. Push the roller. And models will be appended to the end of the model selection list, it says. There aren't any models in it, so it ought to be the whole list. Import. Alright, that took a little over 2 minutes to get 37 models input, but it shows them in there now. Models loaded, 37. And I'm going to see if I can select the models. There they are. Looks like they're all in. I'm going to check on the programming for the Carbon ZT28 and see if it transferred properly into the DX6e. Model select by pushing both of the buttons. There's my Carbon ZT28. Select the model. Go to the main screen. Now if I had bound the Carbon Z, I would see an indication up there. Looks like the timer is programmed correctly, and it is counting down, so the throttle and timer functions working properly. I do have trim in here for elevator and aileron, rudder, so those numbers have transferred properly. I'm going to check on the dual rates and expos and make sure they have transferred. Alright, it appears that my aileron is in there, a low rate of 80% and a high rate of 100. And it's on switch F. Let's check the elevator. There's the elevator. Looks like it also has transferred the 80% low rate, 100% high rate. And let's check the rudder. Now the rudder, since it's on a 3-position switch, all 3 of the rates from my other transmitter have transferred 100%, 80%, and 60%. Since the DX6 only has 2-position switches here for the dual rates, only the top 2 rates, the mid rate and the high rate from the DX18 transferred in. And that's just fine. Alright, so let's go back to, I want to check on the flap system. There we go, to make sure that the 3 positions for the flaps transferred, and they did, and the elevator compensation. So with position 0, I've got 15% elevator compensation, 10% in the mid position, and 0% at flaps up. So that looks just exactly what I have programmed in my other transmitter. Now let's go back to our main menu here. And I'm going to check on some of my other planes on the UMX B17. And sure enough, there are slight trim adjustments in there. And dual rates for ailerons. Again, the low rate at 80, the high rate at 100. That's looking good. So it appears that all of the airplanes, the 37 models that I have saved on my DX18 have all been transferred into the new DX6e. So when I want a buddy box using this transmitter, it should work just fine. All of the settings, all of the switch positions, all of the rates, all of the exponentials are in the new DX6e. So it should fly exactly the same on this transmitter as it flies on my DX18. That's really neat. Alright, well that completes the initial setup. Alright, let's go ahead and turn off the DX6e transmitter. To perform the shutdown function, you have to push and hold the power button down. Just bumping into it or accidentally pushing it is not going to turn the transmitter off. You can see the RF is still transmitting. Nothing happens when I push the button. Okay, I'm going to push and hold the button in 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and it shut the transmitter down. So to turn it on, all it takes is one push. But to turn it off, you've got to push it in and hold the button in. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Alright, that completes the initial setup of the new Spektrum DX6e transmitter. The review will continue on rcgroups.com.